Hello world. I'm a full-time reseller, which means I spend all my time buying stuff as cheap as I can get it and selling it for a profit online. And in this video, I'm going to show you all the things that I sold from November 11th through November 30th that are either interesting sales that I think might help you learn something or sold for at least $20 plus shipping. So I sold 72 items during that time period, but we're just going to look at a few select items. Starting with this mistletoe, I sold, I think, around 10 of these between November and December on Mercari and eBay. I bought these at Walmart after Christmas for 10 cents a piece. They had so much of it, they were trying to get rid of it super duper cheap. So this is just one of those things to remind you it is after Christmas now. Start looking for after Christmas clearance stuff. When it gets to that 90% off or even cheaper stage, that's when you want to grab some stuff that you can sell for next year. Buying something for 10 cents and then selling it for $6 to $8 plus shipping is a really great deal. It's really great profit margins. You're not making a ton of money, but you're turning a dime into $5 or $6, and you can't really complain about that. So I did want to just show you this to help remind you that this is a great time of the year to be doing retail arbitrage to pick stuff up to sell online for next holiday season or the next holiday season. The next thing we have is this Angelina Ballerina book. This book was in French and it sold for $10 plus shipping. And I thought this was interesting just because I wanted to give you the idea. If you go to, like, I went to a library book sale and I found a bunch of children's books in French. If you find books really cheap that are in different languages, they can be a really good pickup sometimes. I think I paid $1 maybe for this book and it sold for $10 plus shipping, so not a ton of money, but pretty good profit. I picked up a lot of children's books in French, and they are selling slowly but surely. So this is definitely an idea of something that you could be looking for if you're trying to find something different to sell to make a profit. The next item I wanted to show was just this Polos cologne set. I've showed this before, but I did want to mention I've sold 10 of these throughout the Christmas season for $10 to $12 plus shipping, and I only paid $1 a piece because I bought them 90% off after Christmas. You definitely want to keep an eye out for gift sets that are getting marked down right now. If they don't weigh too much, you might be able to make a really great profit margin picking some of that stuff up right now. And the next interesting sale I wanted to show you was these plastic cups. These are just those restaurant cups you used to get for free a lot in like the 90s and the 80s. All those thick plastic, cheap kind of cups, but kind of reusable cups. As you can see, these are pretty dirty. There's a few different designs. I bought these at an estate sale for $1 per stack. They had very big stacks of cups, and they only wanted $1 for each stack, so I bought them all. I sold a whole bunch of them to one person for $100, but these 4 cups sold for $16 plus shipping. So this is something great to look for if you go to estate sales or yard sales. These plastic cups, they may seem kind of like trash, but to someone out there, they're going to be treasure. So this is a great item that you can pick up if you're looking for something different to sell. Now we're going to talk about all the things that sold for $20 or above. This is a PJ Masks Owl Glider. PJ Masks is still a very popular show. It's been popular for about 8 or 9 years now. It's been on the air for a while, but it's still pretty popular, and Owlette is the girl character from the show, if you didn't know, and this is her car, and this sold for $20 plus shipping. The next item I have that I sold for $20 plus shipping is this random Jeep. If you find cheap toy cars, but they have an actual vehicle model name to them, like you see this one is a Wrangler Rubicon Jeep. I might not be pronouncing that properly, but because it has a specific model to it, people are going to pay good money because they want stuff that looks like the vehicle that they own. So even though this is a cheap dollar store car, I was able to sell it for $20 plus shipping. So that might be something to keep in the back of your head when you're looking at toys to sell. The next item we have is a pound puppy. This was a 2021 pound puppy. It is a very large one. Normally, you find the really small ones, and there's a lot of vintage ones from the 80s. But this was a much larger one. And even though it was modern for 2021, since it was bigger, it did sell for $20 plus shipping. So when you're looking through plush, if you find a bunch of cheap plush for $1 or less, you definitely want to grab anything with this little pound puppy symbol on the back of it. They are always great sellers. The next item that if you've seen any of my What Sold videos, you know I've sold a whole lot of these. This is a Jack Skellington Nightmare Before Christmas Squishmallow, and it sold for $25 plus shipping. The next item we have is a tree topper. This is another item you definitely want to look for after Christmas if you can find any unique or interesting tree toppers. This one was very fancy, but it had some glue built up on its hand there, as you can kind of tell. And the head was actually falling off, so it needed to be fixed. So I had to sell this cheaper than I planned. I did buy this at 90% off at Hobby Lobby last year, so I did pay $7 for this, and it sold for $20 plus $20 shipping. So I didn't make a ton of money, but if it had not been broken, it definitely would have gone for more. The next item that we have is a advent calendar. This was by the brand Amuse. They make a lot of really cute kind of kawaii style plush, the small cute little guys. You find them at like Books A Million, stores like that. And I bought this at a Dig Bin store for $5 and it sold for $30 plus shipping. So Advent calendars might be another good thing to keep an eye out for while shopping all the after Christmas clearance sales. The next item that you've seen me sell before is this Nightmare Before Christmas Mayor Squishmallow. This guy sold for $35 plus shipping. The next item that we have that sold, this was a Precious Moments vintage baby blanket. It was pretty hard to photograph. As you see, my pictures were not great. There were some loose strings, there was some small stains, barely visible. But this blanket still sold for $35 plus shipping. So if you don't know what the Precious Moments characters look like in their cartoon form, you might want to look into it, look them up, because if you find them on things like baby blankets, they tend to sell for really good money. There's a lot of Precious Moments statues and ornaments that don't go for a lot of money, but when it comes to these vintage baby blankets, people want the one that they had as a kid to get for their kid, so they will pay really good money to get the blankets. And my highest sell of the week was the same as the highest sell of my last What Sold video. This Lock, Shock, and Barrel Squishmallow bundle sold for $65 plus shipping. I've only got one of these left to sell, so pretty soon you won't have to see these over and over again in my What Sold videos. I hope this random What Sold video helps you out and gives you an idea of something you can sell to make some money. I hope you subscribe and come back for more. And until next time, bye.